That, of course, was the unmistakable voice and poetry of legendary jazz broadcaster Leigh Kamman. He developed that inimitable style over a long career that started during his high school days at St. Paul Central, included the University of Minnesota, U.S. Army Radio during World War II, and radio stations in Duluth, Minneapolis, and New York City. Leigh knew and loved the American art form called jazz as much or better than any musician, which was incredible for someone that never played. And this production, the first of many, will present rare and historic air checks of Leigh interviewing the greats of jazz from the early years in New York City to his time spent in Minneapolis in the 1960s and 70s. We begin with pianists Oscar Peterson and Art Tatum from 1953 at WOV 1280 New York, where Leigh was known as the Little Bandmaster, hosting the 1280 Club for the Preservation of Good Listening.
Just in case you're interested, the bandbox is new on the jazz scene here in New York, and here's a call to Circle CI 55970. The call is to the bandbox and to Oscar Peterson.
Bandbox.
Good evening, bandbox. May I speak with Oscar Peterson, please?
Who is this, Leigh?
Yeah, Leigh Kamman at WOV.
Yeah, one moment. Leigh, this is Bill Levine at the Rustic Cabin.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
All right.
How's your new operation doing?
Wonderful, Leigh.
Well, we're very glad to see it on the scene.
Yeah. Am I on the air now?
You're on the air, Bill.
Man, that's great.
That's great.
Oscar, I'm going to get Oscar Peterson for you now. Here's Oscar. Leigh.
Okay, be my guest.
Hello.
Hello, Oscar Peterson.
Yes.
This is Leigh Kamman. You and I are totally unknown to each other. I'm at the 1280 Club here in New York.
Yes.
And for many years I've been playing your records back to the old Canadian RCA Victors that you used to make, like the Sheik of Araby.
Yeah.
And we wanted to introduce you to the members of our Good Sounds Association over here.
Oh, wonderful.
We're glad to see you in the bandbox. I hope you're having a good kick there.
Well, we're having a wonderful reception down here.
I've always wondered, Oscar, who among all the pianists in the world was most influential as far as you were concerned in the development of your technique?
Well, I'd say three primarily. The president, Art Tatum.
Uh-huh. He's in charge of all.
That's right.
Yes.
Nat Cole.
Nat Cole.
And Teddy Wilson.
And Teddy Wilson. Three outstanding gentlemen. How old are you, Oscar?
27.
Were you born in Canada?
Yes, I was born in Montreal.
In Montreal. You know, there's a fellow American over in Toronto now who's very outstanding. Have you ever met John Calvin Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of his technique?
Tremendous. Calvin and I were good friends. As a matter of fact, I was indirectly responsible for his first appearance in Toronto when he decided to move up there.
Well, I think we here in the United States have lost a real creative guy. He's a wonderful arranger as well.
He certainly is. He's doing a lot of TV and radio work up there.
Oh, that's good to hear that he has the opportunity. But, you know, we've had a wonderful exchange in having you down here.
Well, thanks.
Are you planning to stay here? Have you done any traveling overseas or anything?
Yes, well, every year I do this 60,000-mile tour with Norman Granz.
That's 60,000 miles, jet-propelled, huh?
And that's the way it ends up. Last year we went to Europe in March.
Did you meet any outstanding people over there?
Well, yes, I met Reinhold Svensson. I think he's known to a lot of the record collectors over here.
Yes, he's
also
one of the famous Swedish jazzmen.
That's right, and another famous pianist, Ben Hallberg, who's just a young kid. I think he's my favorite over there.
Yes, he's been featured a lot. Well, we have an international division here in the 1280 Club where we air out some of those sounds with guys like Bengt Hallberg and Rolf Eriksson and Reinhold Svensson. And then we do a roundup around the world from Australia to Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And all the songs and music that's been preserved on a record representing those countries. Well, we certainly have enjoyed talking to you.
Well, it's been my pleasure.
And we'd like to pledge you to the 1280 Club's Society for the Preservation of Good Sound.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks a lot.
And you know what? We're going to invite everybody that we can possibly call on within hearing distance right now to join you and Gene Krupa and Charlie Shavers and everyone else at the bandbox.
Well, that's wonderful. I think they'll enjoy the show.
I know they will. Having seen it, it certainly is very refreshing, and it's full of a lot of different kind of music, ranging from one group to another.
That's right.
Well, thanks a lot, Oscar Peterson.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure talking to you and meeting you by way of phone.
Thanks a lot. Good night.
Good night, Oscar Peterson.